I'm going to do a level 1 training today in the TESA HITE 700 and 400. It's going to give the startup procedures and the basic operating functions. This is the standard arm, the standard probe, and the calibration block that comes with it. The TESA HITE 700 and 400 have onboard air, so they float on the surface plate. The TESA HITE magnet does not. Rechargeable battery packs right in here. The charger plugs in back here, and you can plug it in when it's running and charge it when it's running. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to come up here and hit the power button. It's telling me to initiate the height gauge. It tells me to run it up the column and down about 12 inches. I get start 1. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to calibrate the probe. I hit this function key right there. It defaults to 1/2 inch, which equates to this 1/2 inch in my calibration block. And this is what I'm going to use to calibrate my probe. I go down and take a bottom hit, take a top hit, another bottom hit, another top hit. Whenever I'm establishing something or calibrating something, I have to do everything twice. So now I've got start 2. It's asking me to establish my datum. So I'm just going to go down and pick the surface plate. And now I want to take center line measurements. I take a bottom hit, a top hit. So that dimension right there, that is my height or thickness of the slot. The dimension underneath is center line of this slot in reference to the surface plate. If I come up here, take a bottom hit, a top hit, there's my center line measurement, and there is my thickness of the slot. If I want to invert those numbers and see them just the opposite way, my inversion symbol is right there. I hit that function key, and now I'm seeing it just the opposite. If I come up here, take a bottom hit, take a top hit. So now my center line measurement's up on top, my thickness is on the bottom. Delta key right there, if I hit that, that's going to give me my difference between my last 2 measurements, which happen to be center line from there to center line from there. If I want to go up to the top and take a simple point-to-point measurement, I've got 2 probes showing on my display, so I can either hit it twice to take a measurement, or my probe symbol is right there. I can hit that function key, and now I've only got 1 probe showing on my display. So I only have to hit it once to take a measurement, and now I can take a top, an upward or downward measurement. Go back down here at the surface plate. Anytime I want to, I can move my datum point. If I want to put it at the center of this board here, my main menu is right there, so I'm going to hit that function key, and again, here's start 2. So I'm going to put the center of this bore as my reference point. I come down there, take a probe hit, I go up there and take a probe hit. So the center of that bore is my reference point. Now if I come over here, take a measurement, take another measurement, that negative 601 thousandths is center line from that bore in reference to the big bore. If I go over here and take a measurement, that dimension, that 1 inch 906 thousandths, is center line from that bore to the center line of that bore. Again, my delta function right there, if I hit that, that's going to give me the difference between my last 2 center lines of this bore to that bore right there. If I want to do diameters, all I have to do is visually be up on the side of the bore just a little bit. So I'm going to come down here, I'm going to put pressure on the probe. These green lights want to be between those 2 lines. So now I'm just going to hold pressure on that probe as I sweep the part across. It takes the lowest point measurement. I'm going to go to the top, and I'm going to do exactly the same thing, just the opposite. It takes the highest point. So that dimension right there is center line measurement, and that dimension right there is my diameter. Again, diameters, you just want to be up on the board just a little bit. You come down here and take a measurement. I'm holding pressure on it. I sweep the part. I go to the top. The green lights are in between the 2 lines. I sweep the part across. And again, there's my center line measurements in reference to the big bore, and there's my diameter. Thank you.